G'day folks. So what we're talking about today is boots, and also we're going to talk giveaway. If you see, I'm going to give away that MSR gear bag back there and also a Tusk battery float charger also. But what we're going to talk about today are these O'Neill Sierra Pro Adventure boots. Cost on these are 2 years old. This is basically a 2-year review of these boots, long-term deal. Now when I purchased these, they were a sub $200 boot, basically a budget boot. Now they are actually over $200. I believe at Rocky Mountain they're $206.99. So how have these been for me? Well, I mean, waterproof wise, they've been awesome. The only thing with waterproofing is, and you'll even see this on, if you watch the Rocky Mountain video, the booty on here, the liner only comes about halfway up this boot, right in here. It's very low, so if you get any water, you're gonna get it in the top of these. Now the one issue that I've had with these, and also I've had Forma Adventure style boots, the Forma Adventure, they have a very soft sole, and I stand, if I'm off-road or even on forest roads, which are gravel, I stand 90% of the time, and this is the issue that I've had. My Formas are, after 2 years, they were completely blown out on the sole down here. Now, if you can see, this is 2 years of riding with these. You can see the little hole right there. That's actually the whole way through to the sole. And there's also some small other little pock marks here from standing. Now, what I do, it's not a big deal. I take like some shoe goop that you buy at Walmart or at your local hardware store, and every so often, I fill that in. And it keeps my feet dry. Then if it starts to peel off, I peel that off and fill it back up new again. Now what I did on my Formas, it held up well. I actually used 3M windshield for your automotive windshield, urethane. And I filled those holes on the Formas with that, cleaned it up real well, wiped it down good, put that in, and it's actually holding up. I haven't even had to replace it or pull it out. It's actually sticking really well. So I'll probably do that with these when I fill them up here this next time, which I'll do probably right after the video's done. Okay, so you can see them there. As far as wear and tear, I mean, this is 2 years. I mean, in the mud, dirt, trees, rocks, what have you. You can see they actually still look pretty good. Now, I have not put any type of treatment ever on this leather. No spray, no beeswax, no mink oil, nothing like that. This has been, I don't do a lot of walking in the water, but I have walked in water in low streams, and they've stayed waterproof, like I said, but you just gotta watch that membrane right there. Buckles, you can see how they just slide. They got little ridges there, little clickers, if you gotta adjust them. I have had no issues with these. There's no cracking along here from the movement. Nothing like that. This section of the buckle, no issues with. Here's your other end of the buckle here, the clamp. Removable screws, you can replace these. I've had no issues with these. They snap, buckle down, work really well. Now these, you can see these boots do not have, I do not wear these if I'm riding necessarily strictly off-road or hardcore. I throw a pair of regular Garnet boots on for those, because you don't have no ankle protection on this side. You have a little tiny piece of plastic on this side, and you got a little flex thing in the back. These boots are, of course, you got some hard plastic back here on the heel, and you have your plastic on the top of your toe box right there. These boots, they broke in very, very comfortable out of the box. Maybe one ride break in, if even that. Very comfortable to walk in. Now everybody has different feet, ankles, calves. I am very particular about any boots or shoes that bind around my ankles. It drives me crazy. And I can say one thing about these boots. This is just for my feet and my ankles, even when they were new, I had no binding or bunching up in around this bend in this ankle area that would cause irritation or push back into my foot and irritate me. They were very comfortable that way, basically as comfortable as the Formas that I have. I still have the Formas, even though the sole blew out and I repaired it. They're still a great boot, but they're more for strict adventure riding, and they are definitely not for standing on pegs. And I will show you here before the end of the video, if I remember. I'll show you my pegs. I run basically aftermarket pegs on all my bikes except the KTM. These two bikes, one has IMS and of course one has just like an eBay setup of pegs, but they're very similar. And I will show you that. You got, of course, just two buckles, only two buckles, and then you have this large Velcro up here on the top. Now these fit very good around my calf. I actually have, I guess, large calves, you would say. Not extreme large, they fit really well, even with a pair of pants on. I have a lot of clearance there. And these are, now sizing wise, when I go get a work boot or a hunting boot, I'm always in the, depending on the brand, 10.5 to 11 on those particular boots. Depends on which brand I buy, but I'm always in that area. So I purchased an 11 in these and they fit perfect. I mean, the toe box, everything fits awesome on these at size 11. So I would say they're basically true to size, unless you have a super wide foot. That might be a little issue for you, but they fit firm on the side, really good for me. Here's the sole. It's not your typical like Herman Survivor type sole, but you can see the lugs. Like I said, these are 2 years old, but they're about 3/16 of an inch deep in that lug. And I've walked on all kind of terrain with them. I mean, they're great in the mud, water, even in the snow, you know, walking. They've done really well. Of course, you got a big shin bash plate up here also with the O'Neill logo on it. Comfortable inside, comfortable insole, no complaints on that. Even standing, when you stand riding, you don't get any push up, you know, in here where your foot wants to bend over the peg, like if you were just wearing a pair of hiking boots or something, how that peg pushes up in your arch. These stay very straight, true to form. On the inside, of course, you have this little suede area there on the boot. But these boots, even though the sole is worn, I'll show you the other one here. The wear on these is very similar. Now this one did not go through yet on this side, but it is starting to chew through. You can see the one little area there, but it's not completely through like the other boot. Another thing too I want to mention, all around this sole, I mean, I have no separation anywhere around this sole. You know, on a cheap boot, that's something typically you have. No seams pulling loose, nothing like that. So like I said, for a $200 boot, I will definitely buy these again because, I mean, I'm very happy with them. These 2 years of use. I mean, and sometimes I'll let these boots on if I'm at camp. I'll literally wear them around the camp, doing work around the camp, from doing something at camp, mowing grass, dealing with firewood, anything like that. I'll just literally keep them on and wear them around like a regular like work boot. I mean, they're awesome for what you pay. If you have any questions on them, hit me up down below and I will be sure to answer you. Now I'm going to go to the, move back here to the giveaway. Okay, let me show you what we got here. We have the MSR gear bag here. Of course you got, I'll show you what we got here if I don't trip over what's on the ground. Here's the gear bag. Of course, you got the large center section here. There is one little pocket in here on the inside. Try to show that, hard to see. Then of course you got your side pouch here that zips up. You got the zipper here on it, on the side pouch, and you got the small handles on each side for carrying. And of course you have your large shoulder strap on here. Brand new, that's from Rocky Mountain. And also, I'm not doing two separate giveaways. This will come with the bag also. Tusk standard battery, lead acid battery, trickle charger. Comes with the pigtail that you put on the bike so that you can plug it in quickly when you got to plug it in and give your bike a charge or let it sit over winter. And of course there's the rest of the pack that will go with it. So what we'll do on that is when I post this video, I will probably give, you'll want to like, subscribe, and to make sure you don't miss, if you're the one that wins it, you're going to want to probably have notifications on so that you know when the video pops up, because I'll just let it go for probably about a 2-week period. If I get one comment, that's easy for me, one winner. No trolls. Trolls don't win. And then whenever I pick the winner, I'll come on, do another video, mention who the winner was, and down below I will post an email address. I don't have a website, I'm not a fancy big millionaire YouTuber like that yet or nothing. I'll have an email address down in the description. You can send me your information, get that to me. If you're the winner, I'll get that thing boxed up in the mail, sent out, and it will come to you. So remember to like, subscribe, hit your notifications, post a comment, just no trolly comments, don't be a badass, and we'll go ahead and get that sent out to the winner.